Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today I brought in some of my favorite houseplants because I really wanted to liven up the space to tell you all about Japan and its beautiful nature. I feel like a lot of people talk about Tokyo and what they did there because obviously Tokyo is amazing. But me and Brandon, the places that we found the most amazing were Kanazawa and our Ryokan that we stayed at in Kyoto. They were absolutely beautiful. The scenery was incredible, and I just really wanted to share our itinerary in case you guys wanted to go one day, maybe add it to your list if you are going. But we're gonna start this journey off at OMIYA Station in Saitama, which is close to Tokyo, but that's where my family lives. So we took that train and took it all the way to Kanazawa Station. That was from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. Once you get out of Kanazawa Station, you want to go to the East Gate bus terminal. Kanazawa has a lot of buses that you can use, which is a great way to get around the city. And a mixture of that and walking is the best way to move around. We took the Kanazawa Loop bus, the left loop, and we took it all the way to Gorimbo. And that stop was actually perfect because right when you get off, right in front of us was our hotel, which is Hotel TRUSTY. So as soon as you leave the hotel, you want to go directly to NOMURA Clan's samurai home, which is about 5 to 10 minutes from the hotel. And the reason why you want to walk is because you'll pass really beautiful shops and restaurants. You'll cross like a stream over a bridge, and then you get to this beautiful area where the streets are lined with like these rocks and pebbles. When you get to the actual samurai home, this place is really well known for a garden that they have inside in addition to their house. The garden is honestly left me quite speechless. It is honestly one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen. It is so well taken care of. And then after you have a really delicious lunch by the stream over there, you want to start heading off to Ryokan Garden, which is honestly one of the 3 most beautiful gardens in Japan. It is so beautiful. So this garden has so many streams, ponds, waterfalls, stone lanterns, and historical tea houses. There's moss growing everywhere, and for someone that hasn't seen moss very often, I was like, oh my god, this moss is amazing! Then after Ryokan Garden, we decided to also make a stop at the Kanazawa Castle Park, which originally wasn't in my plans, but we had to go through it in order to go up north to something else I wanted to see. And Brandon was like, how could we not stop here? And I'm so glad we did because it was absolutely beautiful. I mean, in the pictures doesn't do it justice. You have to be there and see the architecture and the peace and this feeling of just tranquility that comes over you as you're walking through. I mean, it is just incredible. Now, we didn't go inside the castle, but there is a special little viewing area right in the front. I think they call it like a traveler's rest house. That building itself is also beautiful, and you can check out the castle while sitting in it. And after that, you just go around the castle to a beautiful viewpoint up at the top. Incredible views. I found myself through the entire trip going, oh my god. So once we were done with the Kanazawa Castle Park, we walked all the way down to the nearest bus stop, which was this one right over here, and we took it all the way to HIGASHI CHAYA district, which is an amazing place, you guys. You have to go. The architecture, it has been weathered down, so it is absolutely amazing. I mean, I have never seen anything like it. So this area has a lot of little shops where you can pop in and see a lot of local art, some really beautiful things. And right at the entrance, I mean, because when you're there, I guess depending on the season, but when you're there, you're gonna want an ice cream. And there's a little shop that actually has these gold, they advertise that they put gold foil on your ice cream. I don't know if it's that fancy, but I couldn't help but get at least like the sprinkled gold foil version. It was really, really good. And no, it doesn't taste anything different than like other ice cream just because it has gold foil, but it was special. Then once we came back to the hotel, we checked in, we took a rest, and after a while we were hungry. So for dinner, we pretty much tried to find a place that was near us, somewhere in the back alley, which was actually a noodle shop. We just walked in, and it turns out, I think he was closing really soon, so we ate as fast as we could. Like, we barely even spoke, and we were just like... And as soon as we were finished, the guy just closed his shop and left. Like, oh my god. And it was, I feel like it was maybe 8 o'clock maybe in Japan. Oh god. It was a great experience. I mean, Brendan will always remember that moment. Now the next day was a day that I was really excited for because it's the day we go to Shirakawa-go! But before you go anywhere, you have to have breakfast. And we had breakfast at Mr. Donut, which I had never been there before, but apparently it's like a really popular chain in Japan. And they've got really good donuts, and we also ordered a side of tea, so we had a really nice morning. So then we took a local bus over to Kanazawa Station, where we waited in line for the bus that was going to take us to Shirakawa-go. And you have to buy the tickets ahead of time, so I'm going to leave the link down below as to where I got my tickets. Now Shirakawa-go was honestly one of the highlights of our trip. This little town is so beautiful and is located in the mountains, so on your way there on the bus, the things that you see outside your window it will make your jaw drop in beauty. I mean, it just blew my mind. I was like, this is absolutely incredible. They're famous for their traditional gaso-zukuri farmhouses, some of which are more than 250 years old. Now, as you haven't heard yet by the way I'm talking about things, me and Brendan are really into architecture. That's pretty much where we met in an architecture class. So this place has really cool architecture. The houses are in a shape like this. So pretty much in the winter time when it snows, it's easier for the snow to fall off. And the houses are also not built with any nails. I mean, come on. You get to tour the inside of the houses. They have like 3 different floors, and they're just so dark and incredible. And when you walk on everything, like the wooden floors creak as you walk. Like, it is just such a fun experience. I'm so glad we were able to go. You guys have to go inside at least one of the houses. There's a lot of different houses that you can go into, but I think we went into the first one that we saw, which was awesome. They served us tea, and they had a little fireplace going. This was honestly one of my favorite days because we were just relaxing, walking around, eating snacks, enjoying the views, taking pictures, and just really having a great time together, really soaking it in. So there's a set amount of time that you can be in Shirakawa-go, and we found that being there from, what time did we start? Pretty much if we left Kanazawa Station at 9:40 and we were in Shirakawa-go until 3:20, that was perfect. That was just enough time to see everything and enjoy the day peacefully. So after relaxing at the hotel for a bit, we decided to go out to explore this little street right over here where they have a lot of bakeries, there's a lot of restaurants, and there's even a lot of thrift shops that you can go into. And then for dinner, Brandon and I decided to take to the back streets again, and on our bucket list was actually to eat at a yakitori restaurant, which is like grilled meat on a stick. So we actually did find a place in that area, in the back alleys, and it was absolutely delicious. Okay, they had the meat, we tried a bunch of different kinds, and there was also this steamed rice in a wooden pot, kind of, like a wooden little dish. And they steam it in there, they add mushrooms and some peas, and it's so good. It was so good that I even tried to recreate the dish when I got home. Then the next day we headed off to Kyoto. We left in the morning like at 9:53 and got there like at 12:09. Those train schedules are so accurate. But I'm not going to go through our itinerary for Kyoto just because there's already so many out there. Instead, I'm going to be focusing on our ryokan. And for those of you that don't know what ryokans are, it's pretty much a place that has tatami mats. You get a yukata that you can wear around, and there's also these hot spring pools. Usually they're located outside, but ours was located on the balcony where you could lay in the water and look out at the forest, and it is just absolutely breathtaking. I have never had an experience as great as this one. They gave us these things, which we think these are the PJs. These look like the yukatas. And there's also these over here, which looks like a bathrobe. And I'm not too sure what this one is, but there's a lot of outfits to choose from. And right outside here is the beautiful outdoor area, which I haven't gone out yet. How do you open this? They've lit an incense here for mosquitoes. And this is the beautiful view from our room. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And apparently over there is where you can reserve your own private onsen outside, but we won't be doing that. And over here is ours. So then after you go into the hot tub, you get ready for dinner by getting into your yukata. And the dinner that our resort had was pretty much like an 8-course dinner. At least I think it was 8 courses. I don't know, they just kept on coming. And they were all so delicious, filled with, it was like sashimi, there was fish, there were a variety of like smoked cheeses. Everything had a different texture. There were a lot of things that we didn't even know what it was, but that was part of the experience. I mean, you're just trying all these different things and they're all so good. And oh, it was just so cool. I don't know, it was amazing. And then when you go back to your room, you can go into the hot tub again, have a good night's sleep, wake up, go to the hot tub again. And then for breakfast, they had a very huge breakfast set out for us. It included rice, fish, soup, a variety of like pickled veggies. It was really a memorable day. I want to go back so badly just thinking about it right now. I haven't eaten lunch either, so I gotta do that once this video ends. But it was top-notch, 5-star. You gotta go. It's gotta be on your bucket list. So I hope this video helped you plan a really nice vacation. If you've been to Kanazawa, or if you're going, or if you've been to Ryokan and you're going, please let me know in the comments down below. I would really love to talk about Japan more with some of you guys because I cannot stop thinking about what a great time I had there. If you guys aren't subscribed, feel free to subscribe right over here. And if you want to check out more of my videos, I do pretty much fashion, DIY, costumes, and other travel stuff, then feel free to check them out right over here. Alrighty, I hope you all have a really lovely day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!